study buddies, this is Ali of Resolve Tutorials, and today we will be learning about polynomials. In the previous videos, we have discussed the basics of algebra, adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing algebraic expressions. So by now, we should know what a coefficient is, what a constant is, what a variable is. In other references, a variable is also called an indeterminate. And we also know what terms are. So now we will study polynomials. So let's have the etymology first. Polynomial came from the Greek word poly, which means many, and the Latin word nomen, which means name. So, by definition, a polynomial is an expression having two or more terms. Wikipedia defined polynomial as an expression consisting of variables and coefficients that involves only the operations of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and non-negative integer exponents of variables. So there's a difference between an algebraic expression and polynomials. For example, this is an algebraic expression, but it's not a polynomial because of the negative integer exponent. This is also an algebraic expression, but not a polynomial. This is a polynomial. This is also a polynomial, and this again is a polynomial. Next, let's discuss the classifications of polynomials. So, polynomials can be classified according to the degree. So, we have this term, the degree of a polynomial, which can be determined by the highest exponent or the largest degree in the polynomial. For example, if we have 2x squared plus 4, so the highest exponent here is 2, therefore the degree of this polynomial is 2. If we have x to the 5th power plus 4x squared minus 3, the highest exponent or the largest degree here is 5, so therefore the degree of this polynomial is 5. We can also classify polynomials according to the number of distinct variables. So, for example, if we have 2x plus x squared plus 4, the variable here or the number of distinct indeterminates here is 1, and that is x. So we call this a univariate polynomial. If we have x plus y plus 3, we have 2 distinct variables or indeterminates here. So we call this a bivariate polynomial. If we have x plus y plus z, or a plus b plus c plus d, so we have many distinct variables in our polynomial, so we now call these as multivariate polynomials. Another classification of polynomials is according to the number of terms. So a polynomial can also have only one term, and we call that as a monomial. So 2x is a monomial. The number 21 can also be a polynomial or a monomial even if it's just a constant. A plus b is a binomial because it has two terms. 2x plus 3y plus 4 is a trinomial because it has three terms. A plus b plus 3c plus 4 is called a quadrinomial because it has 4 terms, and so on and so forth. We just call them as polynomials if they have many terms. So that's for the classification of polynomials. Next, we are going to discuss the operations. So in performing operations on polynomials like adding, subtracting, and multiplying, we apply these different laws called the commutative, associative, and distributive laws. So let's quickly discuss those before we perform adding, subtracting, and multiplying polynomials. First, let's have the commutative law. Commutative law says that we can swap numbers over and still get the same answer. So for addition, if we have a plus b, it is equal to b plus a. For example, 2 plus 4 is equal to 4 plus 2 because 2 plus 4 is 6, and at the same time 4 plus 2 is also equal to 6. The same applies for multiplication. If we have a times b, it is equal to b times a. So as an example, if we have 2 times 4, it is also equal to 4 times 2 because 2 times 4 equals 8. At the same time, 4 times 2 is also equal to 8. So that's commutative law. Next, we have the associative law, which says that it doesn't matter how we group the numbers, which we calculate first, it will also yield the same answer. So for example, in addition, if we have the group of a plus b plus c, it is equal to a plus the group of b plus c. So let's have this example. If we have 5 plus 2 grouped together plus 3, that is equal to 5 plus 2 plus 3 grouped together. So both are equal to 10. And the same applies for multiplication. So grouping a times b times c is equal to a times grouping b times c. So for example, we have grouping 2 times 4 times 3, it is equal to 2 times grouping 4 times 3. So both are equal to 24. Lastly, we have the distributive law. So it applies again for multiplication, or a combination of multiplication and addition. So it says that if we have we have to perform the operation a times grouping b plus c, that is equal to a times b plus a times c. So we distributed the a to b and c. That is the distributive law. Okay, so now that we learned what commutative, associative, and distributive laws are, we can now move on to adding, subtracting, and multiplying polynomials, which we will learn in the next video. That's all for now. See you!